Behind the mask.
Back on the road, it's always special when we get an opportunity to get some linebacker love because we are the best athletes on the field,
Here
Mr.
we go.
Kendricks.
When you think about like overall athleticism, strength, the overall best athlete,
IQ.
character, IQ, it's linebackers every time. Who's the heart of the team? It's linebackers.
It's
It is.
offensive linemen. The game cannot start
It
without
can't.
an offensive
You're
line
absolutely
snapping
right.
the ball. Offensive linemen do not come off the field. Y'all come off the field on third down at times.
Not me.
You guys are sitting there like tapping out. We can't tap out. We can't tap out. Offensive linemen.
Because y'all
hands
can't
down.
run out and substitute fast enough. That's the reason why you can't tap out.
You guys tap out, believe me. I've seen it. I've seen it.
E. Kendricks, happy to come on the Behind the Mask podcast, man. What you been up to, my bro?
Shoot, I've been doing right now. I'm not literally lifting weights. I'm doing a little Pilates, a little yoga, and a lot of cars. I'm a big car guy. I love being in LA because the car community is the best in the world. So I get to be right at home. I get to be playing for the Chargers. I play for the Bruins formerly, and I also get to see all sorts of cool cars driving by every day.
You talk about cool cars. What you pushing?
Yeah.
What whip you push?
I got a
And
Mustang.
don't be modest either now.
I got a Mustang 5.0. I got a GT3 RS. I got a 95 Dodge Viper. That was my grandpa. Shout out to him. I got a GTR, Nissan GTR.
Can't hide it.
And I got a Cadillac CT5V Blacklight.
Can't hide it.
I think I'm forgetting one. Nah, maybe not. I don't know.
And probably never received the speeding ticket either.
Never.
What got you into the car game though?
I feel like just Hot Wheels when I was younger. I was really into Hot Wheels. I did RC cars. Just like, honestly, just seeing the Mustang that I have, the 5.0, it was really popular in my neighborhood. You can't really afford a sports car, but you can get a Mustang, and you can put some, something under the hood. Little flow
change
masters
the
on there.
exhaust.
Yeah.
the motherfucking
Yeah.
wheels.
And I used to just hear the flow masters coming from down the block, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. I love the sound. I love the way it looks. I love how people look cool in it. Everything.
Yeah. We got to talk about the Chargers. I think it's pretty cool. You actually played college ball in L.A. Now the Chargers relocate. You came over. What has that experience been like for you, being right at home somewhat?
It's been crazy. I feel like especially at this time of my life, it was the perfect timing, and it was the ultimate this is where I'm supposed to be moment. Unfortunately we didn't play as well as I wanted to play this year. Obviously the goal is to be in the bowl, but we fell short, and we're going under a lot of changes. But I'm excited for the future. I feel like this is exactly where I want to be, and we have a great locker room. It's like when you have the great locker room,
Right.
you can't waste that.
No, you
So-
can't waste it.
What is it going to take though to turn the that locker room into the success on the field?
I think it's a mentality. You look at our games this season that we lost. We lost like 7 games by, I think, 3 or less points, something crazy like that. I mean, people throw stats at me. I try to remember, and it's really just about finishing in those clutch moments. Having the belief that we're going to get this done because we showed that we could be in the games. Everyone could be in the game. But can you finish the game, and can you finish it consistently? That's what leads you to be in the situation that they're in right now, and that's ultimately where we want to be. So you got to take a long look at yourself in the mirror. It starts within, and then you just work out of it.
I think everything starts from leadership. You guys have new leadership now, new GM, also looking at new head coach, Jim Harbaugh. What's the excitement level, man? I know you talk to a lot of the guys, and everybody is not around each other, but I know y'all had to share some thoughts with each other.
I think the excitement that I'm feeling is mainly from fans right now who I see out in LA. They're everybody's like, hey, congrats. So I'm just feeling it as I'm walking around the city. I'm going my day to day. Obviously my teammates and everything like that. We're gonna all work together. We're gonna have opportunity to get to know each other and get the job done. But just the buzz and the overall excitement I feel from the community aspect of it. Because the fans are what drive the game at the end of the day. So I'm ultimately very excited, very blessed for the opportunity to play again. I feel great. I feel excellent, and I'm ready to play.
What I want to ask you is, watching your game from Minnesota to now, several seasons with over 100 tackles on a season, which is incredible for a linebacker, right? Do you ever feel like you're underrated in the NFL?
I always feel that. I always feel like I've been, but I also have always felt like that's just my story as Eric Kendricks. I'm never gonna change that. I'm never gonna. It's always gonna be a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, and that's how I have to get things done. I'm very okay with doing that. I do feel like there's been times where I'm like, man, why can't I get the notoriety? Why can't I get the credibility? But then as I got older, I realized that I don't do it for that. You know what I mean? The people who love me, the people who know me, people who I share a locker room with and share a workspace with, they know what I'm about. They know how I work. So ultimately gaining those people's respect is more important to me, especially at this point in my career. And everything will always take care of itself. The cream will always rise to the top. My father always said that, and I truly believe that. I just see where I'm at now compared to where I've started. I'm so blessed, and I'll continue to be blessed because I live my life the right way. I do the right things, and I treat people who are close to me how they should be treated, no matter who you are. And everything will always work out for me in the best way.
You're underrated.
Hands down.
And you should have been to more Pro Bowl.
Hands down.
Hands down. I felt like I was victim to that too. A lot of it was due to the fact of team success.
The year you make it is not really your best year that you had either.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's
how
the year
works out.
it's the year that the fans find out.
Yeah, it's just like
you know what I mean.
I had stacked a couple of years, before and after that were essentially better years.
Right.
But that's how it works.
Yeah, that's definitely how it works, man. Because I'd be pissed. I'd be mad for you, bro.
Yeah.
You a baller.
Yeah.
Appreciate
I remember
that.
watching you in Minnesota, and you played the run very well. But you just had a knack for knowing passing coverage in zones. And that's the one part about your game that I was like, I really like that how you tie both of them in together.
Yeah. Always finds the ball too.
Yeah.
Always is around the ball, man.
Or does it find him?
No. Yeah. A little bit of it's both, but I always had my brother Chad's voice in my head telling me to run to the ball when I was a youngster. So a little bit of that is that, but I really take pride in my pass coverage and my ability to route recognize and match. It's a fine line between matching routes and using your vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you understand concepts and when you've been in certain situations of the game, you get a feel for the game. That's when I really feel like I can excel and take people off the board. As far as who they want to target, I can eliminate certain things as a linebacker, which I feel like is an underrated quality.
It's textbook in my opinion. So why you guys when practice starts and you guys are doing a drop, I don't even know what it's called no more, but you drop back and the coach is sitting there and he throws it and you're like, ball, and y'all go down there and backpedal, trace and get the ball and everybody. That's you in the games. So that mentality, when I see him, I'm like, yo, this dude is everywhere, man. So just salute, you know what I'm saying? Show you some love on that, man.
No, for the young people who want to know how to get better, I tell us, good things happen to those who run to the ball. Regardless if you're there making the play, the ball might squirt out. You may get a tip. Just good things happen to those who run to the ball. And if you run all the way across the field, someone makes a tackle and you're not there, it doesn't matter, dude. You're gonna be there. It's gonna happen. Just trust in it. There's some people in the league who have made a career off running to the ball, and they've made an incredible career. And we see it time after time. You may not have the intangibles, but if you can run to that ball, you can find it, you'll have a job.
EK, I want you to take us behind the mask on what it's like. What it's like to be in the city of Los Angeles as a professional football player. Now, I want to say this. Who did we have that came on? Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson, yeah.
The GOAT. Eric Dickerson came on and he was like, Spikes, it was unbelievable. I was the man. He talked about Arsenio Hall and just
Magic Johnson, everything back in the 80s.
Back in the day. But fast forward to current day times. How is it, man?
Man, it is great. I feel like I've been in LA for so long. I'm trying to answer this question without taking the college experience out of it for me because I gained a lot of love and respect in college that's kind of carried over to my career in LA now. But I feel like you can't get lost in the sauce is number one because LA got a lot of sauce.
What that sauce looks like?
Too much sauce, you get lost.
Too much sauce.
You gotta have sauce though, because without the sauce, you gotta have it. But you can't get lost in the sauce. But in the same breath, take advantage of you got to take advantage of the. You're in California. You're it's the weather. the sports and everything like that. You have to win though in order for them to come to the LA games. That's facts.
Yeah.
You know, because there's so much to do in LA. You gotta put on now. You gotta really represent. You know, in order for people to really show up for you. But man, it's been. I have a ton of family, a ton of friends, and it's just the California lifestyle that I was born and raised into it. So, you know, we wear high socks and Vans all everywhere. You know, we eat Mexican food. I mean, I could go on forever why there's great things about living in California and playing in California, but it starts and ends with the Mexican food for sure.
Yeah, sure, I like the eye candy out there too.
You know, eye candy, you know, that's what I'm saying. You can't get lost in the sauce.
That's the sauce. I like that sauce though.
Hey man, we're gonna let you get out of here, but obviously here for the Super Bowl. What is the difficulty when teams face a Patrick Mahomes?
It's just the off script, you know what I mean? Like his ability to like situationally. There's not an amount of time that's not enough, you know, not too much for him, you know, not too little either. You know, it's the unscripted, it's the scrambles, it's the throws downfield, it's the made up routes, it's the, you know, those are the challenges you're gonna face. You know, it's his ability to run the ball, but you know, don't sleep on the Niners. You know, I feel like they have a really good defense. Chiefs also have a great defense, but Niners have a really good defense, and you know, I think they're gonna have a good plan.
Appreciate the time, my boy.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Behind the Mask.